Good evening, Mayor and council members. My name is Michael Meyer. I live on 919 Arthur Street for 3 years now. I'm here to request a traffic safety review and installation of stop signs at the intersection of 10th Avenue and Arthur Street, and possibly the rest of Arthur Street. This intersection has become increasingly dangerous. Drivers regularly speed through, and many residents have experienced near misses. In the past 6 months, there has been 2 car crashes at the intersection, and that have been bad. And the most recent one had the jaws of life had to be used. These incidents have happened during the afternoon and evening hours. This is not just an inconvenience, it's a safety issue. Children, pedestrians, cyclists, and seniors use this intersection daily. We are deeply concerned that without action, a serious injury or death is only a matter of time away. We are not asking for an extreme measure. We are respectfully requesting that the city consider installing stop signs or other appropriate traffic calming measures to slow vehicles. Several neighbors support this request to help keep the kids of the neighborhood safe from speeding cars. We appreciate the council's commitment to the public safety and ask for your help in preventing a preventable accident. Thank you for your time and consideration.
Can I ask you a question?
Yes.
Were you in the last accident there at 10th and Arthur?
No, I live 2 houses down from there.
Okay.
And I went to go help render aid. I had first aid and CPR.
Chief, any input?
No, not right now.
Okay. Yeah.
I'm looking into it.
Okay.
Are you looking at east and west or north and south?
Either one to help stop them, because we do have a bus stop right there on 10th Avenue and Logan Street. That bus does make a stop on Arthur Street to pick up a young gentleman for school in the morning.
Does the speeding seem to be more prevalent on Arthur Street?
Yes. You can hear them when they go right through that intersection. They're not slowing down. There is a dip there. They bottom out every single day.
Where does the school bus go to the school?
Or the old Lincoln School used to sit.
I know there's where they pick them up. I don't know if
There's a pickup and drop off right there.
right at this.
Yeah.
Sure.
And that's just.
Because I personally have a bright green turtle with an orange flag on the side that says slow kids at play. And it's not slowing anybody down. We have many children on our street that live there.
Do we need traffic? I think we need, I just, you know, obviously I don't live over there. I've driven by and
I go by every day.
yeah. I'm,
Just wondering if we would do a more enforcement. Start with that, chief. And look at it again and.
Is there any markings for school pickup and drop off that?
Yes. It's Logan.
That's looking right.
You know where the circle drive used to be at
Right.
the school? It's like right on the street.
Right, but I'm asking, is there?
School bus stop sign or something?
Yeah.
I don't know. I've never.
Well, the bus stops right before the alley, you know, where the school was, right where they, that's where they stop.
Cause that'd be just catty corner from you, and I know 10th Avenue is, I don't see Arthur, but I know 10th Avenue is rough, you know, as far as people.
the thing that concerns me though is, if we go down this way, so we do this, and if I'm at the right, if I went down the right street and looked at it, so 10th Avenue, you're requesting on Arthur, and then you go another block and then there's another stop sign. My concern is that everybody's gonna want a stop sign on their corner. And I think it's gonna kind of, I just don't know if we can really do that. That's kind of my concern. You know, maybe we could, you know, put a slow, you know, children at play, some sort of a sign up to warn them, and I think maybe a little more enforcement, you know, maybe for
There's
now. Yeah.
I'm sorry,
Go
there's
ahead.
nothing visually impeding, like, nothing like that, it's just.
Yeah, right, like it's not, there's not a blocked, you know, your view isn't blocked from any of those, if I remember correctly.
And Michael, is it during, before and after school? Is that the problem?
It's every,
All the time?
all the time.
And it's not the only intersection, there's several of them like that.
Yeah.
In town a lot, I see a lot of that.
I think starting out with just a police presence there,
Something,
Right.
yeah.
make people realize we're paying attention to their speeding and stuff. Because all of our streets, that's one of the nice things about our city, is there are not too many stop signs, you know, because it's stop, go, stop, go, stop, go. And that's, for the most part, you know, I don't know, if you come from the police department or the chief, do we get too many accidents at the intersections other than the big ones? We're about talking Burlington and things like that, you know.
Well, I have a question. So when we have an accident, just curious, when we have an accident, who determines who's at fault?
Insurance companies.
Insurance companies?
Yeah, we don't do that.
Okay, so once they determine who's at fault, are there any fines or anything?
Well, their insurance rates go up.
Pardon me?
Their insurance rates go
Yeah.
up. Yeah.
Yeah, but-
Well, we can issue a citation, just it's up to officer discretion. A lot of
Well,
times
I
we
mean-
figure they're,
The reason I ask is nobody's gonna learn anything if nothing happens. I've been in accidents myself where you're involved and you might be the only one with insurance.
Well, I don't totally disagree with the chief, but there are times where we do make determinations about fault. I mean, if somebody's, you know, driving recklessly or speeding, there are things that we can do with that. I mean, like reckless driving or willful
well,
reckless
yeah,
driving.
we can
things like
file
that.
charges, but as far as in the civil.
Liability, we don't make
Yeah,
those
we don't have that
determinations.
one.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, yeah, we have issued citations for stop sign violations, speeding, careless driving, things of that nature, so.
Right away, violations, those
I have a question. Don't we still have the written rule in the driving book,
Yes.
the right
Right away.
right
To the
away?
right of way. But what is the
That is
right of
the-
way?
Of course, you know, I mean.
I remember there was
just
construction,
discussing
everyone was driving down the fifth, and all I knew.
Right, yes,
Yeah.
yeah, exactly.
Are
And
we
plus,
all school
plus
or
we have
what?
so many people that think that stop signs are just suggestions.
Discretionary?
So-
I do understand and I get it. I see a lot myself.
Right.
I do think that, you know,
Even
maybe
if-
a little more public awareness and a little more enforcement in the area to start with.
Even if you put a speed limit in that, maybe
Reduce speed or something.
reduce the speed, because myself, I have 2 young children that love to play outside. They play in the front yard.
Right.
And I'm afraid that one of them are gonna run out after a ball because they don't listen and get hit.
I believe the speed limit through the neighborhoods, is it 25 or 30?
25.
Yeah, all residentials are 25.
So you said there were 2 accidents in the past 6 months?
Yes, ma'am.
And before that, has it just,
I talked with my neighbor lady, that's lived there 30+ years. She said there have been way more accidents than just those 2 in the past.
And it could be because that section starts to open up a little bit. You know, you have just all the ground from where the school was. So I don't know, but, interesting.
Yeah.
Well, thank you for making us aware of
Yeah.
it. We'll
Thank you.
go
Take it under
Up the-
consideration.
go around it a little bit more, and then if you have any more complaints, please come back and see us.
Reach out to one of us.
Yeah, and if you have others that want to address this as well, it's really good that we hear from more people too.
They know, one of the neighbors did mention that they have came and talked before and they didn't see any results. That was years ago, so I don't know. So.
All right.
Thank you.
All right, thank you. Appreciate your time. Item agenda 5, approve the appointment of Municipal Service Superintendent Lance Steinschauer as City of Holdridge Street Superintendent for the 2026 calendar year. And Nick will do that. He got it in there. And Shane seconds. You don't let me finish?
No. Please.
Bottom all nice to get out of
Yes.
there.
Sorry.
Philip,
Yes.
Hart,
Yes.
Warren,
Yes.
Aaron Johnson,
Yes.
Euchre,
Yes.
Ben Johnson,
Yes.
Smith.
Yes.
Thank you. Item agenda 6, approve the Atlanta Water Inspection and Maintenance Agreement.
The changes there that we made reflect our charges to what we charge for everything else throughout the city. It's more in line with what we're actually probably going to need to cover our costs, because currently the fees we're charging, if we go there and have to do multiple samples, we're there for more than an hour. And the charge that we're charging, the $50, does not cover our employee costs for being there. So we go to an hourly rate, which takes into consideration cost of wages, insurance, taxes, and everything for the employee, so that's why it's at the $80.
Does that cover drive time?
That covers drive time, yes.
That's still reasonable.
It's still reasonable, but that's about where our costs are at.
It's not like you're gouging.
Nope.
Yeah, right.
Call
No. Okay, Corey moves
I'll second.
and Trent seconds.
Tiller,
Yes.
Hart,
Yes.
Warren,
Yes.
Aaron Johnson,
Yes.
Euchre,
Yes.
Ben Johnson,
Yes.
Smith,
Yes.
Weeks.
Yes.
Item agenda 7, we will convene as the Holdridge, City of Holdridge Animal Control Authority to receive an appeal concerning a dangerous dog violation.
I think we have to have a motion to probably convene as the animal
I'll
authority.
make a motion.
Okay. Trent moves,
Second.
Stacy seconds.
Ben Johnson,
Yes.
Smith,
Yes.
Weeks,
Yes.
Tiller,
Yes.
Hart,
Yes.
Warren,
Yes.
Aaron Johnson,
Yes.
Euchre.
Yes.
So Ms. Grimm, and Ms. Bowman, this is the opportunity you have to present your arguments regarding your appeal. If you want to approach the dais there and make whatever evidence or statements you'd like to make. I think that the letters you provided have been provided to the council.
Yes.
Do we go up together?
You can work together.
Okay.
It's a kind of an informal process.
All right, because first I want to apologize, everybody. I've never been to a city council meeting. I don't know the proper way to address y'all, but,
You're doing great.
well, but it's concerning,
Can you state your name though?
oh,
Your
my name
names.
is, and my age?
Your,
No,
no,
all
all,
your names.
all your names.
Yeah.
I know
You
better
wanna
than
give
that.
your age,
I'm not
you
gonna
can.
say my age, I'll just say, oh my. Okay, my name is Robin Bowman.
Brandy Grimm.
Justin Grimm.
Oh, okay.
Did you say Bowman?
Yes,
BMW.
N-A-N, yes. And I'll start. I don't know what I'm doing, but I'll start. Or whoever starts, and then I'll
Go ahead.
okay. Well, the matter concerning the dog, the dog belongs, she is my daughter. She is the owner of the dog, but the dog belongs to my grandson, Draven, who is 10 or 11, somewhere in there. But when this incident took place, I was over at the house when this took place. And Draven and the little boy that got bit are good friends, and the little boy had been there many times before. But I guess they had something going on, and he was going to spend the night at his friend's house, and they come to get the Xbox. Well, when they came up to the house, they were pushing each other and banging up against the wall of the trailer and being loud. The dog was inside the house, and when Draven opened the door, the dog is he is happy for pit bull. But he's really protective of Draven because that's been his puppy since they were born. And yeah, like I said, that was a weird, something that has never happened before. And to me, it looked like he thought Hector and him was fighting, and he tried to get out. Well, he did go out and bite him on the face. And his mother was in a car outside the trailer. She did not see what was going on. So I took Hector to the car, because I was gonna take him to the hospital, I didn't even know his mother was outside. But, and then, you know, because of the being bit in the face. And Draven just totally freaked out, because he'd never seen his dog bite anybody, and Hector had his hand over his face, because it really did not look good at the time. So he was concerned about his dog, and like I said, the dog is always in the house, and it's his dog. And I was there when it all took place, so I don't know if they wanted me to say anything. But he's like, Grandma, I'm worried about my dog, because they're really good friends. And his mother, well, I can't speak for her, she's not here. But she told me she did not want the dog put down, because that is Draven's dog. He's had it since it was a puppy. And I thought, well, you know, I'll just go to the council meeting, say, you know, I was there, I did witness it, and all this stuff, and I'll let her take over my daughter. I don't know nothing about council meetings.
Just to let you know, we don't have the authority to order the dog to be put down.
Yeah, I was informed by the gentleman over here that he said that the dog, you know,
Right.
but my grandson's like, I don't want him to.
Well, I just
you
wanna,
know.
I just wanna make
Yes,
sure
and
everybody.
he did tell me that.
Okay, all right, good, okay. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt. I
No,
just
that's,
wanted to-
I'm good to.
Go ahead.
step aside.
Okay, so, as I said, Brady Grimm, with everything that happened, like, what she said is pretty much exactly what happened. I read the police report, and I am not arguing anything that was in there. You know, when Brutus went out of the house, I don't know that he realized it was another kid that was outside. Again, it's not acceptable, I do know that, you know, he shouldn't have bit him or anybody for that matter. My concern is, with it being like dangerous dog versus the potentially dangerous. With him being a puppy, and we live in a trailer court where you cannot have a kennel that has a roof on it. We do have a fenced-in area that is the length of our porch that goes back to the back of our trailer. That when I am at work, he goes into so that he has time to be outside. Because keeping him locked in the house and being a puppy is not good for him. I mean, that's not good for any dog to be shut in the house for 8 hours. And never had any issues with him before. I've brought letters from my vet clinic, a gal that used to work at Tractor Supply where we have taken Brutus numerous times. Never had any issues with him being aggressive to anybody in there. Never had to correct him for being aggressive to anybody. Same with the trailer court. Prior to this incident, he's never tried to attack anybody else. He's always been outside. Me and my husband will take him and our other dog outside. And they both have training collars that they wear when they are outside. But he likes to, his dad is behind our trailer. So he goes between our trailer and the trailer behind us where his dad is. And he'll go over there and play. So he gets his exercise and, you know, runs out his energy while he's outside, while we are outside. He's never outside by himself unless he is in that kennel. And he has, I think maybe a couple times when he was littler, he had climbed out of the kennel. But he always stayed around the house. Our trash man can honestly even vouch for that. But he did fix that. We put a wire across the top of it, and it took one time of him trying to crawl
It was
out.
an electric wire.
And-
And after that, he doesn't try to climb over that.
He doesn't
anymore.
try to climb out of it. We've never had him attempt to climb out of it since then. I do have a camera outside that when I am at work, it faces the kennel at all times. So I have access to watch him when he is outside. I can pull it up on my phone at any time while I'm at work to see where he's at, what he's doing.
And then I get a call, can you go put the dog back? But she's at work. I was like, okay, so then I'll go put the dog back in or whatever. But usually when he gets out, if he should, when he used to get out, we would just put him into the house. We didn't give him the option to try to jump back out again, because if he got over it once, he would continue to try to get over it. So when I'd go, I just unlock the house, put him in the house and lock the door, and then he's inside the trailer till my grandson gets home. And he does not let the dog out. on his own, ever. He's always been in the house with him.
The only ones that let him out are me, my husband, and my 17-year-old daughter. We are the only ones that let him out of the house because, I mean, obviously she's not an adult, but she's mature enough to know that, you know, she's got to keep an eye on the dog when he's outside. You know, you can't just let him out and let them run to wherever they feel like going. So like I said, I don't disagree with everything. It's just the dangerous dog part of it. Like, I understand if he, you know, potentially dangerous, sure. I mean, you bite somebody, I mean, there's consequences for it. So I'm not saying that he doesn't, like, there isn't something that shouldn't be done. But to make it to where he can't go outside and run in the yard when we live in a trade, you know, we don't live out in the country. Like,
That's one thing I'm gonna say is I've always lived down in the country, always had animals out there. I do not like having dogs strained up, kenneled up. This is a new experience for me. I don't like it, period. And I don't want it to get any worse than it already is. As far as him being confined to a certain spot, so.
Anybody have any questions for him?
Yes. Yeah,
He's still
we
fucking-
haven't seen any of the reports, anything, and whoever wants to answer this, was it a bite and release, or was it what I
Yes.
would call an attack?
No, bite.
so
release.
when he went past my youngest son out of the house, he went straight to Hector, got him right here on the cheek. And as soon as I yelled at him, like, he immediately stopped. Like, he knew that he had done something that, you know, he definitely should not have done. Because he immediately stopped. I was able to grab a hold of him and take him in the house. Like, he didn't try to fight me, to try to go back and like continue attacking him. Nothing. It was just that one bite, and then that was it.
And like I said, to me, he's protective of Draven, and they were being, well, everybody, but they were being overly loud, yelling and pushing each other around, and they hit the side of the trailer, and that caused the dog to start barking when they ran into the trailer. And then Draven came up the porch first, because he was in front of Hector, and Hector was right behind him. Well, he pushed Draven out of the way when he jumped up to bite Hector. But he didn't like grab on and jig and all that stuff. And then, like I said, Draven was screaming and bawling because he had never seen somebody get bit by anybody's dog. And that was his dog, and that's his friend. And it was just a fluke thing. They should have known better than to be screaming and yelling and beating, you know, bumping up against the house. Because to anybody's dog would react. There's something outside that is not normal, but they wouldn't normally. I mean,
They would normally bite them.
yeah, he's a bigger dog than I got these little bitty poops on him. They don't, but they'll do that if somebody
He's still a
comes
baby.
up to the house making noise and being loud. Mine will run out and try to bark, but they don't bite because you can kick them away. They don't like kick a flea or something. But I mean, it's just a fact that
How big is he?
He's a
What does he
puppy.
weigh?
He weighs 58 pounds. We just had him at the vet. I think he's under 60 pounds.
And it said here you've had him for over a year, but is that how old he is?
He's 17 months.
he was born at the trailer
Okay.
by the other dog. And his mama lives at the trailer too. The Brutus's mom.
And I have a question just for the police department. Does the trailer park, do they have a manager? I don't know. Have there ever been any other complaints, did they say, or anything like that?
I'm aware of.
On that dog specifically? Not that I'm aware of.
I mean, there's a lot of big dogs in that trailer park. I do know that, but I don't know. They're misdemeanor on them. They're cool.
Yeah, that's trailer park, the fenced in yard?
Not
It's
allowed.
not allowed. But they did
Any
allow
type,
it to
so
make that
any type
little.
of fencing, confinement, or anything like that, they do not want you to put up. But they have not said anything about like what we have up, because it is literally lined up right with our porch and it goes straight back, so it's not protruded. Well, that too, but it doesn't protrude out into the yard, so it's not like an eyesore. If somebody would drive by and see something standing like right out in front of our trailer or to the side of it.
Fences, you know,
Chain link.
chain link or.
Yeah,
Yes.
chain link. And hawk kennel.
So a chain link dog kennel is not allowed?
No. Which you see all
With
the
a
time.
chain link top.
It does not have a top.
Right.
Yeah, but it is
But no,
chain link and it does have an
no,
electric
ours,
fence, but they don't have it turned on.
Not ours, just in general.
Oh, in general.
No,
There's
they-
some there.
That's which trailer park is it?
East side.
So,
King's.
King Investments?
Yes. Yeah, it says right in our lease that we are not allowed to have, dog kennels, fences, anything like that on the property. If you own it, I'm sure it's different, but, we don't, we rent.
Yeah, there's some there, so I need to put people on.
And I'm sure there's leash laws by the owner of the trailer court as well.
They do request that if, you're not out there, that they are on a leash.
And I understand, don't get me wrong, I'm just asking questions. I
Yeah,
realize
no.
you pulled it out the door.
Yeah.
There's a chance for anything on or anything like that. Okay. Is the animal registered with City Holders?
Yes, he was not at the time, but after I got educated on all that, yes, he did get immediately.
It has a current rabies tag now?
Yep, and one for next year already.
Good, that's.
Was up to date on the shots at the time.
Yep.
Yeah.
Just no tag.
Corey, I have a question for you.
Well, I will be presenting it right after them if you wanna wait,
Okay.
just briefly.
Caleb, are you,
I'm sorry.
Caleb, are you familiar with this case and the dog itself?
Yeah, this is my case.
Are you worried about this dog reoffending, or is this a large concern for you?
This a one-off. I mean, I don't know the dog. This is my first interaction with it. And I have some opinions, but I do feel like that Corey's probably the better one to talk about with things about liability and stuff like that.
Okay.
So.
Fair enough.
So the bite, it was, he didn't attack, didn't shake his head, there was no skin missing, it was just punctures.
Yes, it was just a jump and a release, but, it shouldn't have even been a jump and a release, but,
How many punctures, how many stitches, do you know?
I don't know for sure how many stitches he got, but
He's got, there were a few, because it almost looks like when they sutured it up, it almost makes like a little J on the side of his cheek. So we don't know exactly how many.
May I ask how, is it Hector?
Hector,
May I ask how Hector's parents respond?
So I did not have a chance to talk to her. My mom and my son went over there after he came home from Kearney to have it cleaned and stitched, to see how he was doing, because obviously my boy was, concerned about his best friend. So she can tell you a little bit more about that, but I have not had a chance to talk to Kearney, myself personally.
okay. Well, when it all happened to start with, me and my daughter went to the hospital because we were concerned to see how bad everything was. Well, then we found out they had took him to Kearney, so we really started freaking out, thinking, it's bad. Well, Carmen said they took him to Kearney because the doctor here requested he has the stitches done in Kearney. He said he was a better doctor to stitch it to where it wouldn't be as noticeable as of a scar when it was healed. So I watched my 360 because my grandson left his phone in their car because he was going to stay the night with them. And it was like, it was well after midnight, 1 o'clock, when it finally showed that their car was moving. And so I was worried there was a lot more detail, a lot more going on. And so they texted me and said that they heard a phone ringing in the car when they were coming home. Well, that was my grandson's phone because it was in their car. So they told us that they had the phone and they were at home. So me and Draven went over there to check on Hector, and see just exactly what all it was. And his mother said the reason that he went to Kearney was the surgeon there, or the person that stitches, the doctor here said he does a whole lot better job to prevent scarring and stuff. So I said, okay. I said, did they have to do tendons or any reconstructive anything? And she said, no, they just rinsed it out all real good because of the dog's saliva. And she said that's basically all they did. And then they sent him home on some antibiotics and stuff. And she said he doesn't, well, they said they don't want the dog put down, because they have dogs too. So, stuff happens.
That's where I'm going with this.
Okay,
I wanna
yeah,
know
and-
what their feelings are towards.
Yes, and she said Brandy was not liable for any of the bills. They were gonna take care of that, because the way the kids went up to the house was, kids will be kids,
Sure.
so they're gonna sometimes be loud and run and push and stuff, but she said that she did not want the dog put down, because Hector had been there before many a times, and the dog never attacked her. It's just the way the incident took place.
Right.
And she's like, Draven and Hector are good friends, and they had no ill feelings towards anybody or anything that had taken place, and
They're not of the mind they want anything rash.
No.
or anything like that.
no.
How old were the boys again?
They're 10.
Has Hector been back to the house? since-
No.
Hector is scared of coming now, and I don't blame him, and like they said, Draven and Hector still play. Draven's allowed to go over to their house, but with the fact Hector's scared of the dog because the dog had bit him. And I would be too. I wouldn't want to go back. And she said they're more than welcome to play together. They go to birthday Bill's together, like it's Cardi. She'll drive him over there, or I'll drive him over there to Bill's. But yeah, she's like, Hector can still, she goes, we don't want the kids not to be friends because of what happened, because Hector and Draven are good friends. And
The parents aren't holding you back from turning over.
No.
I get that.
They just, Hector is, and they, like I said, they got dogs. And now he's leery of his own dog getting around his face because what happened with getting bit. But she said she has no ill will towards anybody. She's not holding anybody accountable for it. It's just kids will be kids and stuff does, things happen. So,
I got one more question.
One more, go ahead.
How much training has the dog had?
Other than what we do at home, that's
with their
about it. With
shock collars
his
and stuff.
collar, the collar, we don't ever have to shock him with that. It's got, it's got 3 different settings. You can beep it, you can vibrate, you can shock it. I think not even a handful of times have we ever had to use the shock on him for any reason. So, he's not trained, but he's not like,
Professional.
yeah.
If we
Have
were
you considered
to have them professionally trained, would that make?
That's what I was wondering if you consider that, or
Yeah.
to make him less reactive when things surprise him and things like that.
Yeah, I have been thinking about doing that, yeah.
But is there a place here in town? Oh, is there? I thought you had to take them like to PetSmart or Carney or something.
There's Southpaw here in town, and there's one in Atlanta as well.
Oh, I thought I had to go all the way to Carney. Well, that's an option then, because that's a long ways to go early in the morning to have it both.
And I work 8 to 4:30 Monday through Friday, so getting off to try to get him somewhere. My mom can, she's my run.
I'm everybody's.
She can take him. My husband, when he's at the house, can take him
She'll,
too. So,
Galen, she'll take him like all day.
Okay.
Oh, they will keep them all day?
Yeah.
Okay. You know what time they started taking them?
She'll take him early. She works at the bank also, but she has a place kind of south of the fairgrounds.
Okay.
Ellisville.
Okay, because I was gonna say, I'm a caregiver for my mom and her significant other, so I'm there taking care of them all day long, but I can slip in and out when need to be, but I'm usually there from 9 in the morning till 7 o'clock at night.
If we get it done.
Does
But
anybody
we'll
have
figure out a way of getting it done.
any more questions? Okay, all right, great, thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Mr. Mayor, members of the council. Corey O'Brien, city attorney on behalf of the city. I'll be fairly brief in answering questions you have. I did ask Sergeant Caleb Erickson, who was the lead investigator, to come forward. I'm handing you what's been received as Exhibit 1, and I've given that to the appellant here. So what's included there is the initial police report, the citation that she was issued in terms of the declaration by the police department as a dangerous dog, the rabies vaccination that she did provide to us, that the dog was current on its shots, You'll also see the relevant city ordinances as part of the notice that she was given. And then finally, you'll see a photograph that was taken of the child's injury at the very end. One thing that's missing off the photograph is that there was a secondary injury that did not require necessarily serious medical treatment on the child's shoulder, an additional bite mark. And Sergeant Erickson can talk about that if he wants. So I would draw your attention to the city ordinance. The city is not unsympathetic of the fact that this dog has not done this in the past. It's not ignorant of the fact that, perhaps the dog was startled by this incident. What this comes down to is really a public safety issue, and basically providing notice to anybody in the future that this dog does have the potential to inflict injury. As you'll see in the definition under ordinance for dangerous dog, a dangerous dog is one that inflicts injury that requires medical attention. Sergeant Erickson, at Councilwoman Arp's suggestion, I had him call Hector's mother to find out how Hector was doing. Hector's injuries, as you can see on the photo, are pretty substantial, and it has involved a lot more than stitches. He's now had multiple surgeries, and he's got nerve damage that's had to be repaired, and he's probably going to need additional surgeries. And so this is not something necessarily to penalize the owners of Brutus, but simply to safeguard anybody else that may encounter this dog in the future, that there is a possibility that it could harm anybody. Nobody here is asking for the dog to be euthanized in any way, shape, or form. However, this is a step that if we declare it a dangerous dog and it does in fact attack somebody else in the future under state statute, then that would be something that would absolutely have to happen, if the dog would have to be destroyed. And so this is, even if it was declared as a potentially dangerous dog, that would probably happen if it attacks somebody again. But the way the city sees it under our ordinance, because the injury did require medical treatment, it is quote unquote a dangerous dog under our ordinance. There is an exception, and the exception listed in the ordinance is if there's evidence that Hector or the son would have been tormenting the dog or abusing the dog, then it will not be declared a dangerous dog. But otherwise, I think it fits the definition of dangerous dog. I'm just going to ask Sergeant Erickson to briefly come forward and just answer Councilwoman Arp's question about the family's response. First of all, though, would you state your name?
Caleb Erickson.
And I think one of the questions last week is, how did you get notified of this injury?
The hospital called us.
Okay.
So,
Is that routine?
Yeah, anytime there's a dog bite that comes in, they'll call us or the appropriate authority.
And especially of a child?
Yeah.
Okay. Second, I asked you at the request of Councilwoman Arp to make a phone call to Hector's mother, correct?
Correct.
And you did that when?
I believe it was a week and a half ago. I'm not sure the exact date.
And just briefly, initially when you talked to Hector's mother after this happened, she did indicate that she didn't want anything to happen to the dog, correct?
Correct.
However, when you talked to her last week, had her attitude changed just a little bit about that?
She did say that she would like the dog declared dangerous because of the unprovoked attack.
And the amount of damage that was done to her son?
Yes.
And what's your understanding about the amount of injury that he's had and what he's had to do to try to recover?
So there's kind of two stories with that. Initially, he had to go up to Kearney to see a specialist. I don't know if it was just stitches. They described it as surgery with a cosmetic surgeon. When I talked to her the last time, she said that he has now been through 2 surgeries and the possibility of more. And there's been some issues as far as his psychological issues with dogs now that they're trying to get addressed as well.
Aside from that is all I had. Under our appellate procedure, you as the council get to decide whether or not the owners of the dog have met their burden of proof by preponderance of the evidence that the dog is not dangerous or potentially dangerous. We're free to answer any questions you have about that determination, but I would just ask you to reflect upon the evidence that's presented in the police reports that the owners of the dog do not necessarily dispute, and the fact that our ordinance basically says that any dog that's not been abused or whatnot by the victim should be declared a dangerous dog. With respect to what happens to the dog, I think you probably do have, the ability to maybe curtail some options. But the biggest thing, I think, from a public safety standpoint on behalf of the city, I think, is that the public just needs to be put on notice that this is a possible outcome with this dog. To at least have the lettering, the signage that's required under the ordinance so that it's abundantly clear, maybe don't act rowdy when you come upon this dog so something similar doesn't happen. With that, I have no other thing to offer.
Officer Erickson, did you go to the property?
Yes.
The fence that they were talking about, would you consider a secure fence for a dog?
I didn't thoroughly inspect the fence. I saw it when I came up. It was dark by the time I got there. I wouldn't be comfortable saying that I trusted it or I didn't trust it. I just don't know.
Okay.
Was it tall enough, do you think, to be? Is this a
Probably
4-foot fence? Is this
4 foot chain link.
I got a 4-foot chain link, but also a 2.5 foot of hard panel on top. And we do have a sign out there also, that's beware of dogs.
And excuse me, I was not aware of them saying anything about him having to have corrective surgery or anything like that when I talked to Carmen. But that was the day after it all happened. And I mean, Hector's been at school, they've been playing, and I was unaware of any of that other stuff. Carmen never said anything to me about any of the other stuff. Just that they had to wash it out, and they took him over there because that guy could stitch better than the one here. That's what I was told.
Yes, so our options are now, before us, do we declare this a dangerous dog?
So what are we looking for, a motion to declare?
I think that the issue before us is the dog has been declared dangerous already. She's appealing that designation, so you have to rule on the merits of her appeal. Okay.
And then can we, if we do keep the dog as dangerous, can we change the provisions a little bit, or is that?
The ordinance really isn't clear about that. I think that, obviously the danger of that is that if there's a similar situation or there's a past situation where a dog's been declared dangerous and they're following those regulations, do those people come and say, can we ask for a variance of that? I think the biggest thing though is to make sure that the dog is absolutely secure so that it can't get out and do this, and that the public is put on sufficient notice. So on behalf of the city, that's what we need.
And it looks like signage has been put up, is that correct?
Since we moved into that trailer, right on our porch, when you walk up our porch and our door is here. I have that sign. As soon as you walk up to our porch, it says beware of dogs. So before you even get to my door to knock or anything else, that sign is right there. I did not have more than one up, but I did have the one when you come up to the house that says beware of dog. And it's been there since I've lived with that trailer.
So really the only provision that we would be missing would be the top one, security.
The kennel.
And the trailer court does not allow
No,
the top to the kennel?
no, they won't let it. I mean, with the fence that we have up, they don't.
Because that's kind of what I was wondering. Can they put like a chain link fence across the top at
That
the,
was my question
kennel?
earlier, yes, it cannot
They
have
won't
a
let you do
top
that?
and roof,
oh, can't do it.
a chain link is neither, but it does contain. So I would recommend, whichever way this goes, I would recommend that you appeal to Mr. King and ask if that's a provision that he would allow, especially in this case.
Uh-huh.
But I've raised animals my whole life, big ones, and I always had
Top.
a chain link over the top of mine, not so much for mine not to get out, but for something else not to get in.
Yeah, right.
So
I have a quick question. If we deny the appeal and it stands as dangerous or potentially dangerous, does this limit your ability to live in that
Well, that,
area?
we don't,
I'm just wondering what
we
is in
don't know,
your
because
paperwork.
like, pays $1,000 rent to live in the trailer court, but I don't know if they would make her move out of the trailer
Or are
court.
there guidelines that are written in your contract with them?
I have not, really looked that far into, because I guess I never really thought that it would be an issue, you know, before now. So I mean, honestly, I couldn't tell you at this particular moment.
And if we get him, like, to the dog training place where, you know, they professionally train him here, like I said, I wouldn't thought it was in Kearney, but now that we know there is one around here, does that help too?
This is probably a question for Attorney Corey. If we deny the appeal down the road with training and whatnot, can they ever reinstate it as non-dangerous at any time? I mean, do we have anything on
Did they reappeal?
reappeal, something like that?
I don't see why they couldn't, I mean, to try to put forward additional evidence. I mean, the ordinance is not really written for that purpose. I'd have to really, I mean, before I could say definitively yes or no, I'd have to look into it further. I mean, it really talks about the immediate declaration of them. I mean, and any decision you make, they have a right to appeal to a court of law, just like any. Okay?
Okay, any more questions, comments? Okay, so we're probably looking at, we're gonna ask the council to either, I guess, probably uphold the designation of dangerous dog. So a yes vote would say uphold it, and a no vote would be to, yeah, right.
I think
Is that
no
right?
would be to deny the appeal and yes would be to grant the appeal.
Yeah, right, okay, thank you.
Once again,
Yes would be to grant the appeal,
Yes.
declaring it not a dangerous dog,
Right.
and no would be to deny the appeal.
So, I have a motion.
I will make the motion.
Trent moves?
that's just the motion to vote.
Yes.
Okay, I'll second.
And then Dolan.
Ben Johnson.
Yes.
This is the
Smith.
motion to vote. Sorry, I didn't mean to.
Right.
To vote.
This is the motion to vote on which side you're gonna be on this thing. A yes vote is granting them their wish for the appeal. A no vote is siding with the city's ordinances that are in place.
Yes. Okay.
Smith.
Yes.
Reese.
Yes.
Tiller.
No.
Hart.
Yes.
Warren.
Yes.
Aaron Johnson.
No.
Bucher.
No.
No's and 5 yeses.
Right.
Motion carried.
So, no. So yes,
The dog is not dangerous.
the dog is not, is declared not dangerous.
Now, I do have one more question for Corey. Now that that vote's done. does this open the city up for any liability in the future for the same offenses?
They'll still come back to us as the convening authority.
No. Your vote, no.
No, our decision.
Your decision,
So if we have another incident, same animal,
we have
Another
sovereign
child.
immunity. From liability.
Well, I just want to say congratulations. With that being said, hopefully you guys look into that training and maybe check on the boy and his family.
Yeah, I will.
I mean, my son talks to him every day, so when we were told that he goes in for multiple, I mean,
Surgeries,
he's been back in, I mean, I'm shocked because
I was
I've never
totally
been
unaware
around
of
that.
that myself. I did not know that. I didn't know he had to go back in because some of the stitches came open and they had to re-stitch it because they pulled open, but I did not know they had to do. She told me they didn't have to do reconstructive surgery or that there was no nerve damage, but that was the day after.
Yep.
You know, something might have came up after that.
Well, regardless, congratulations, and a little more security will go a long way with your dogs.
We will definitely get that done.
Hopefully we don't see this again and everything goes well.
Thank you.
Okay, all right, excellent. Item agenda 8, open discussion, and we will start with Attorney Corey versus Council. I know I did Councilman Corey last time, I just thought.
I don't know that I have anything beyond, wishing everybody a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year since we won't see you. Other than the fact that I had an option of either going to NACO tomorrow or going to the city dump, and I'm choosing the city dump, so there really isn't any difference between the two.
Ooh.
Merry Christmas.
Yes, Merry Christmas to you too.
And I said that in jest.
Yes.
Again, Merry Christmas, Happy New Year to everyone. We did hire an officer, Avery Goldfish. So he will start next week. So excited about that. Other than that,
And Officer Warner.
and Officer Warner did retire.
Yes.
His last day will be the 31st. So he wrote me a letter in crayon. I think he wrote me a serious letter, but the pretend one was in crayon. I was impressed.
That's the one that goes up on the wall, right?
Right.
The crayon.
Yeah.
That's what I thought.
That's one we're gonna share with everybody.
Yeah.
Refrigeration offers.
Thank you, Chief.
I have nothing tonight.
Dane?
Well, happy holidays.
Thank you.
And this afternoon, when I came up to prepare for the meeting, Google had changed their YouTube and the way you connect and different things, and I thought I had it all working, but when I clicked send tonight, we had trouble. So I don't believe it probably went out, so if we have comments.
Okay.
Technical difficulty.
Yeah, I was just gonna say, due to technical difficulties.
Yeah, and I'll get this tomorrow and get it put up. on YouTube.
Thank you.
That's all I have to say.
Aaron, welcome.
You bet. No, I guess happy holidays, Merry Christmas. We did not attend on Saturday, but it sounded like the holiday light show this weekend went off extremely well. So we didn't brave the frigid temperatures, but heard nothing but good things about it. So great job.
Same, Merry Christmas, Happy New Year. See, I guess don't have to wish Happy New Year. Probably never do.
No, we won't.
No, we don't.
No,
That's right.
we won't be back until January.
I mean, if you want to come, but we won't be here.
That's right. There's
January 6th. Great.
Just congratulations to the chamber and Lori and everybody associated with Winterfest. It looked like it was a real good turnout again. It's always good to see that. I think we can step it up at the courthouse even more yet. That's a challenge, but Merry Christmas to everybody, and that's it.
This is not city, but Legion-wise, guys, we have now a flag disposal box. It's at the YMCA. We have a big thing tomorrow. Trying to put more of those out, so. Yes.
There's one at
I
the
figured
courthouse
that
too,
it'll be
right?
full. What's that?
There's one at the courthouse?
That's inside Travis's,
Okay.
right next to the VSO, but that conversation started, because there's nowhere really somebody after hours can go, they got a bunch of flags,
This
you know,
being
it's right out front, yeah.
Okay.
So, more locations to come. Other than that, Merry Christmas, Happy New Year's, see y'all next year.
Is that location, do we need to notify the local fire department or law enforcement that we're gonna burn the flag?
We'll do that on our own separate, Legion does its own thing, we don't do, the city won't even do that, the boys will do that properly.
Councilman Corey.
Merry Christmas, Happy New Year, and I think I'm gonna take the rest of the year off.
Wait up until you get a phone call, then we'll let you tell them that.
Yeah.
All right, excellent. Lola?
No, nothing, but Merry Christmas, everybody.
Same, Merry Christmas.
Shane?
Merry Christmas. I did have a resident ask if we had a schedule for road work that we're releasing.
As in fixing roads?
Yeah, she said they used to have them and she hasn't seen it.
We have the 1 and 6 year plan.
Yeah.
That'd be about the only thing I would know.
Yeah.
They've got a specific spot, haven't called me.
And we publish that every time we renew it too, so.
That'll be coming February? Next one I have to do it?
It's in the January.
January, February.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's it.
Okay, great, thank you.
Mr. Mayor,
Yes, sir.
may I do a PS?
Yes, you
I
may.
forgot, I have one other thing. I mentioned a while back, I had some, folks who work for were asking about festive lighting going west.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Burlington Street along Fourth, and I think we talked about that. Is there any lateral movement on that?
Yes, we ordered equipment, but there's no outlets on any of those poles.
Right.
So we did order them, we haven't got them up yet. So hopefully by next season, we will have more lights going west.
Awesome, awesome.
Yes, we did count all the poles and get the stuff. I think we went every other pole to put an outlet on.
I just told people that they were gone on bookish on that side of town, so.
Well, thank you.
Okay, great. All right, I'd just like to take the opportunity to congratulate Officer Warner and his service to the community. He started off as a dispatch, is that right?
Yep.
And worked himself up, and so congratulations on his retirement. And with that, Happy New Year, Merry Christmas. Let's call it a day. Thank you very much, everybody.
Yeah, it was like